depending on wherever you are connecting from. This is our daily morning show. It's been, would I say, about 3 days we've not really done the morning show, and it's because of the games that have been coming thick and fast, no space in between. It's been really, really stressful. So I just decided to have a couple of days off from the morning show because the Portugal game the day before yesterday was very, very much late. I couldn't get a sleep early. So I just had to get about 2 days off from the morning show. Yeah, but I've been very, very much available for the watch alongs because it's the World Cup, like we all know, and sometimes certain games are being played very, very late and odd hours, and I try my best to be available for most of the games, though you cannot be available for all the games. That's not, it's almost impossible for someone who stays in my own region. Yeah, for people in Europe and especially in America, they can actually watch all the games. But for me here in a region with +8 GMT, the timing is usually unfriendly. But anyways, I like I always say, I always try my best to be available for the games. We have a couple of news to go through. Like we all know, Canada beat South Africa 1-0 yesterday to qualify to the round of 16. It was a very painful loss for the South Africans, even though, yes, as a Nigerian, I would love to banter South Africa. But I've said, you know what, the banter is over. I no longer want to banter African countries. I supported South Africa yesterday to beat Canada, but it's I think towards the end of the game, the Canadian team showed more fight and zeal to actually win the game. Now, South Africa started the game very well. They were very much open, playing an end-to-end game, and I think late on in that first half, they sort of got tired. In the second half, it got worse for South Africa. The Canadian team began to gain momentum, and around the 60th minute before the break, the hydration break in the second half, the South African team crumbled. They couldn't really do anything or threaten the Canadian defense. So, but anyways, massive congratulations to Canada for going into the round of 16. Stormtrooper says the comment section for South Africa versus Canada was so funny. Yeah, many, I would say 90% of African countries wanted South Africa to be knocked out. I also wanted that during the group stage, but I said, nah, I'm going to stop the banter and support all the African teams that have qualified to the round of 32. But yeah, it's so unfortunate for South Africa that they were unable to make it, because I felt this was a very, very good opportunity for an African team to go into the round of 16, because Canada, I've watched 3 of their games and there was nothing spectacular or special about the Canadian team that I would think would be a problem for the South Africans. But the South Africans just were not clinical, no threats in attack. Yeah, for me, anyone who gets to the next round deserves it. So Canada deserves that round of 16 spots they have booked for themselves. So massive congrats to them. There are still other games that will be played today. Yeah, there are still other games that will be played today. Very interesting games. The Japan game against Brazil. That game is going to be very tough. It's going to be very tough. I actually made a prediction when I posted it on TikTok, because I have a TikTok. For those who have not followed me on TikTok, do well to follow me on TikTok. It's Noble's View. So please do well to follow me on TikTok. When I posted it on TikTok, someone told me, nah, Brazil is going to beat Japan. And I said, okay, I understand your line of argument, but Japan are no pushovers. Even if you win them, you have to fight really hard for that win. It's not an easy win. Stormtrooper says, do you think South Africa was playing too much defense? It seemed they only started attacking once they conceded. I think the problem for South Africa in that game yesterday was they started very well, but along the line, they couldn't do much from the possession they had. No real threat to the Canadian goalkeeper. I can't remember the Canadian goalkeeper making some powerful saves, one or two. It was just moving the ball around, and I think the final passes from them were not really good. The final passes from South Africa were not really good. So the Canadian team grew into the game. South Africa started very well, but yes, they started well. That final third decision wasn't going in for them. Danish Mappa says, I think I've seen you in Neto or Herald Niborg. Do I work in NATO? Nah, I don't. I'm a Nigerian, man. I don't know what that is. WD Official says, hi, bro. Yeah, nice to have you on the channel, man. This is our daily morning show. I've not been on the morning show for like 2 days, or would I say 3? And it's because of the World Cup. It's been really, really stressful. Covering World Cup games, doing live watch along. Sometimes I have to, create some videos, be it short form video or full form video. This World Cup has been hectic, man. It's been almost 1 month. The World Cup started on the 11th of June. Today is June the 29th. So it's been a very, very long couple of weeks. But I've been enjoying it. Can't complain. Even though the timing of these games are crazy. The timing are really, really crazy. And I actually hoped that the knockout stages, the timing would be a bit friendly, but it's similar to what we had in the group stage. Yeah, I would have loved it to be at least 6 p.m. UK time and 8 p.m. UK time. At least let's have 2 games a day. It's going to be better. If you want us to have 3 games a day in this knockout stage, let's say we can make it 3 p.m. UK time, or okay, let's say from 4 p.m. UK time, we have the first game. The second game, 7 p.m. The last game, probably, let's say 9:30 p.m. UK time. At least for me, that time wouldn't be too bad. Even though it's still late at night, but I can still manage. But the ones that I played like 2 a.m. UK time, in my own time, that's like the sleeping time for me. MDK says, yo, Nobu, Australia vs Egypt prediction. My prediction is 2-1 Australia. Man. I don't want to look at the Australia game like I did with South Africa against Canada, because I've watched the Australian game. I think I've watched Australia play twice. And I'm not going to say that the game is going to be an easy win for Egypt. Honestly, I'm not. But I strongly believe Egypt can win Australia, except Australia does something similar to what Canada did against South Africa, right? So, let's see. Raximov says, Ronaldo or Messi? I'm a big Ronaldo fan, man. So, it's Ronaldo all day long. Ronaldo for sure. Dennis Backham says, Noble, what's up, bro? Nah, the timing for games is perfect for me. Yeah, it's perfect for you because you are in the United States. That's why the timing is very perfect for you. But for people outside of the US, I guarantee you lots of people are complaining. People in Europe, people in Africa, people in Asia. It's only people in South America or North America that might not complain about the timing, right? Because it's very much suitable to them. But for other continents, I kid you not, bro, it's a very big problem. But because it's the World Cup, we still do not have a choice than watch it. So there's nothing we can do about it. Kobe says, hello. Are you Kobe of Man United? I'm really not happy with Thomas. Thomas Tuchel not playing Kobe even for 1 minute against Panama. He had to bring in Jordan Henderson. Honestly, I don't know. I at this point, I just want DR Congo to knock England out of the World Cup. England is the second team I'm supporting in this World Cup. But for what Thomas has done to my boy Kobe, I want England to be knocked out by DR Congo. Yeah, I think that would be the perfect story. Zenkid says Ronaldo. Yeah, Ronaldo is the GOAT, man. I love Cristiano. He's just phenomenal, honestly. Last Gospel Adesi says Netherlands Morocco is 3 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, that game. I honestly can't watch that game. Seriously, that game is going to be a very, very interesting one. And one thing with me is I find it difficult to go back and watch the highlights. Once I just get the results of the games, I no longer have that push to watch the highlights. I prefer to watch the games live. Vashal says Portugal is losing. Portugal has not really done well in their last game. Yeah, they've not done well in their last game. Lucas says hi. Lucas, welcome to the channel. There are still other news we are going to, go through. Some transfer news like Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal. We are still going to go into club football news because whilst the World Cup is going on, there are various clubs who are busy doing businesses. So we'll still go through some transfer bids rejected, players rejecting certain clubs, and possible deals that are very, very much close to happening. So we are definitely going to go through that, guys. Zenkit says, guys, I live next to Ronaldo, guys. All right, that's a good one. Stormtrooper says, you know how many games I had to miss because of the time. That's the problem. The timing is a very, very big problem. I think during the group stages, the matches that were played, the first, second, and the third matches, out of 4 games played daily, I only watched 2. Because the other 2 games are played at really, really odd hours for me. I think out of the whole group stage games, it was only Portugal and England. I think Portugal and England were the only teams I watched their game that turned out to be the 3rd game or the 4th game. Other games, I didn't watch them. Sohai Khan says Portugal vs Croatia. Yeah, that game is going to be a tough one. At this point, no game is an easy one. And I've been saying this for the past couple of days, right? I said that Cabo Verde might come out to shock Argentina. And that would be the biggest shock wave in football in a World Cup. Because Cabo Verde is just a small island. No one knows them when it comes to football. And coming against a heavyweight like Argentina in the World Cup, it's going to be crazy. And I said something yesterday that if the Cape Verdean goalkeeper Vozinha is able to stop Lionel Messi and Argentina from winning that game with some crazy saves, he's currently on about, let's say, almost 18 million followers. He's going to gain more than 50 million followers in less than 24 hours if he pulls that off. Because lots of Ronaldo fans and lots of other football fans that have not followed him will definitely follow him 100%. Dennis Beckham says, I'm just bantering you, Nobu. Regardless of it, if it's a banter or not, it's more favorable to you guys in the US than other regions. It's a problem. So Haikan says Argentina would battle with Spain and Netherlands. I have a very weird feeling. It's a very, very weird feeling about that Argentina game. It's an unpopular opinion, I'm very much aware, but I have a very weird feeling. Lucas says Netherlands should go to the final. I'm from the Netherlands. I hope Netherlands win. I must be honest, if the Netherlands is able to beat Morocco, then they will go find this World Cup, because Morocco is very, very tough. They are no easy team to play. You can ask Brazil how that game was for them. So It's a very, very difficult one for them. Dennis Beckham says, when the World Cup was in South Africa in 2010, I was frustrated with the timing of games, so I know how you feel, bro. Yeah, it's really frustrating. That's why for 2 days I was unable to do the morning show, because when I finish watching the games and sleep and I wake up, I feel really, really exhausted. And I look at the timing, I need to do other things, because right now I'm not a full, would I say, content creator. I have other things that I'm doing. So it makes it difficult for me to stay up late at night, do watch along for these games, make 1 or 2 videos, and when I wake up, come for the morning show. That's why for like 2 3 days now, I've not been on the morning show, because it's been back to back World Cup games. Been really, really stressful. Chris Grant says hi. Chris, where are you connecting from? Okay, I think we have a couple of new persons in the chat. Yeah, now this Ian Diomande, talking about club football. Ian Diomande has opted to go for the PSG side other than Liverpool. Liverpool put in 2 bids. They've been rejected. Yeah, they've been rejected, and Ian Diomande chose PSG ahead of Liverpool. Do I think this is a mistake? I honestly think he should have come to the Prem, because in PSG you still have Desire Doué and Kivicha Kvaratskhelia. Maybe he feels he can beat one of these guys to get a spot in the starting 11, or he wants to, seeing that PSG are winning Champions Leagues. They've won 2 back-to-back. He wants to see if he can join them to partake in their back-to-back Champions League win for PSG. But it's his decision, though. He has to follow suit with whatever he decides to do. Mehmet says Argentina Portugal final would be crazy. Yes, I think because Portugal finished second in their group, they will not face Argentina before the final. So it has to be in the final. But I think if Argentina is able to get to the final and Portugal as well gets to the final, that will be the most watched game. Be it football, be it any sport, that will be the most watched game ever in the history of football. And I don't think there is any game ever that would beat the numbers that would come out from that game. Nasa says, my name is Nasa Islam Eddin in Algeria. All right, man, nice to have you on the channel. Do you think Algeria can get into the round of 16? Nasa Islam, what's your prediction for the Algeria game? Do you think you guys can qualify? Dennis Beckham says, I forgot his name, but that Ivory Coast player just signed for PSG. Yeah, it's Yan Diomande. He's not signed for PSG yet, but he has chosen that it's PSG he wants. He doesn't want Liverpool. And it's a shame. Liverpool have put in £100 million bid at first. It was rejected. I think they upped the bid by 10 million, and it's now been confirmed by Fabrizio that Yan Diomande has actually decided to go to PSG instead of Liverpool. Do I think it's a wrong decision? Yes. I think if he had gone to Liverpool, there is a slot for him there, right? He is to be a starter. But if he goes to PSG, he will have to fight for a spot there. So I honestly think it's gonna be it's a tough one. It's gonna be a very, very tough one for him at PSG. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be a tough one. Let's see. Ryan FC says your GG. What do you mean by GG? Is it go go? What do you mean by GG, Ryan? Okay, NASA, you said that Algeria can win. Well, one thing I always say is any team that comes into a knockout stage, they deserve to win. That's a fact. DJ Santi says USA finished top of the group, so yes, Algeria can get through. Anything is possible. USA, I said it last week that the USA is a better footballing team than Canada. From what I've seen from both teams, I've watched the USA play 2 games. I've watched Canada play 3 games. And from those games, I can comfortably say that the US, if they meet Canada in this World Cup, they'll beat Canada. So, but the Algerian team, I've not really seen enough of Algeria. I've not watched Algeria play because Algeria play their games at really, really odd hours. Yeah, they play their games very, very late at night. Anzalovic says watermelon. What's up with the watermelon, man? Alan's Boot says glory, glory, Man United. Yeah, bro. We are going for the league title this new season. We are definitely going for the league title. I just need Man United to get me the right transfers. That's all. We already got Michael Carrick. Getting the right transfers. Sell the players you need to sell. Yeah, it's unfortunate that Manu Gate got injured and we have to get players that we want. Sell other ones that we need to sell. So it's very, very important to get the right players. Dennis Beckham says GG means good game. Okay, I thought he was saying, that was why I asked him. GG, is it go, what is it called? Go for people who play betting. That was why I asked him that. Ryan says glory, glory, Man United. Yeah, man. I believe Man United will have a very, very fantastic season in this coming season. Lucas says, who do you hope will win? Canada is bad. Canada, like I said, I am actually very surprised that South Africa did not win that game yesterday because I've watched the Canadian games 3 times before yesterday and there was nothing really spectacular about the Canadian team. That's why I was actually very much surprised, honestly. Luka Modric says Morocco or Brazil. Morocco or Brazil. I love Brazil. Brazil is the 3rd team I'm supporting in this World Cup. But I just... You say Morocco or Brazil? Morocco is not playing Brazil. Brazil is playing Japan. Morocco is playing the Netherlands. I think maybe you got it mixed up. But that's Brazil game against Japan. I think it's going to be a very tough game. It's going to be tough. Dennis Beckham says, league title, did I hear you correctly? Of course. You think it's going to take Man United 22 years like Arsenal? Hell no, man. Not possible. Larry Thompson says, I don't understand why you don't support an African team. Where are you from and not Glory Hunters team? Well, the thing is, I have the right to support any team I want to support. It's the World Cup, right? And no one can dictate to me who to support or who not to support. Of course, I can decide that I want to support the African teams because my country didn't make it to the World Cup. I can decide I don't want to support any of them. Now, let me say this, and I don't hide my feelings. I make them well known. During the group stages, I only supported 3 African countries. 1 was Ivory Coast, 2 Senegal, 3 Cape Verde. The other 7 teams that came from Africa, I did not support them. That was a fact. And the most notable of those that I didn't support were Ghana and South Africa. There were 2 different reasons for picking those two teams. Now, moving into the knockout stages, which is a round of 32, I said that I didn't support these other 7 African countries, but for the fact that African countries have made us proud, and out of 10, 9 African countries have qualified to the round of 32. And I said, okay, no problems. I'm going to stop the banter. No more banter. I'm going to support all the 9 African teams that are in the World Cup. Now, that I'm supporting these African teams doesn't mean that when I want to give my predictions, I will now give my predictions out of emotions or love for the African teams. No, I give my predictions without any sentiment or bias. So that's how I do mine. Now, I supported South Africa yesterday, right? Even though I had reasons not to support them, but I've said, okay, I've had a U-turn. I've actually changed my mind from bantering South Africa, Ghana, and the likes. I'll support them going forward, right? So I can choose today as well that I don't want to support them again, and I will hit watch their games. It's still my prerogative. I am not under any obligation, right? Even if I choose to what's it called? If I choose to support Portugal against my country, it still doesn't matter for me. I would rather Ronaldo even wins the World Cup than Nigeria wins it, because I know it's even difficult. It's more difficult for Nigeria to win it because you need the players to be able to win the World Cup. And I know my country doesn't have, yes, we have very good talent, but I just think they really can't do anything at the World Cup for now. Dennis Beckham says, Arsenal will repeat and make Noble and Manchester United fans cry. Come on, man. You know that Man United is the only team you guys were really, really much afraid of last season. Mariam, welcome back. DJ Santi says, hey, Dennis, my hero, come on, you Gunners. Arsenal fans are just cruising. You guys should relax. Man United is coming out big for you all next season. We are coming for the league title, so you all have to be prepared for it. Ahmad Hussein says, Algeria has good attack, but their defensive system, not the individuals, is very bad. Even though most of them are players who play in Europe for mid-table clubs. The only player... Okay, I think I know 2 players from the Algerian team. Maybe if people call out the other names, I might know them. It's only Riyad Mahrez. Then Zidane's son. I don't even know the team Zidane's son play for, the goalkeeper. I think those are the only two names that can come straight to my head when I hear Algeria right now. Other players, maybe when I see their names, I'll be okay, yeah, I remember this guy, something like that. But like off the back of my head right now, for example, like Egypt, I know Zico, I know Trezeguet, I know Omar Mamouche, I know Mohamed Salah. I think there are about one or two more players. Something Hassan and the Abdul, is it Hamza Abdul Karim, something like that. So those new players are just okay. I just saw them play 1-2 times. Yeah, those guys. But for Algeria, not much. Wahid says, I'm from Somalia. All right, Wahid, nice to have you on the channel. I think, who is from Somalia that is on the channel? There's a Somalian guy. What's this? Mariam, what's that Somalian guy? There's a Somalian guy on the channel. He's been very consistent. I've been trying to remember his name. But it's nice to have you on the channel. It's nice to have you on the channel. What's the name again? Wahid. Yeah, Wahid. Welcome to Noble's View. And one thing I love about this community is that we have people from different parts of the world, like different continents, joining to be part of the community, and it's really, really exciting. And that's one thing I love about what I do. It's just so fascinating getting to meet people from different corners of the world, people from Somalia, people from Myanmar, Uzbekistan, Turkey, Russia, Germany, Spain, Netherlands, the USA, New Zealand, Australia, the UK, name it, different countries in Africa, South Africa, Botswana, my Chile, Ghana, Cameroon, like different countries. That's the power of social media, honestly. So it's really nice to have people from different parts of the world join the community. And please, for those who are new, do us a favor by hitting the like button and also subscribing to Noble's View. You get notified whenever I go live and you be part of the community. This is a one big happy family where we just come to, discuss about football. People give their different views and opinions, regardless of your background, race, age, and all that. Yes, you must be an adult for you to, engage in the conversations, but it's very much open to everyone. And we don't do politics, please. It's just football. Yeah, there are so many crazy things going on in the world. So that's why I don't like doing politics on my channel. I just focus primarily on football. That's it. Lucas says, how many times in a week do you go live? How many times in a week do I go live? How many times in a week? I think since this World Cup started, there are days I go live 3 times in a day. Yeah, because if I do my morning show, if there are 2 games to be played like 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. UK time, I go live for my morning show, go live for those 2 games. So I think for the past 3 weeks, I've been going live 3 times a day. That's why for 2 days now, I've not done my morning show. I decided to do it today because yesterday was just 1 game and I rested very well. I had enough rest. So I had time to okay, let me just relax and come because it's draining. So for the past 3 weeks, I've been doing live streams 3 times daily. So in a week, that's like going live for about 21 times in a week in the last 3 weeks. So if you check it, 21 times 3, that's about 63. I've been on live stream for like 63 times. Maybe it might push up to 65, I'm not sure. But the last 3 weeks, it's been really, really stressful because of the whole timing. Watching games in the USA, Canada, and Mexico. The timing is very bad. Wahid says, I love Ivory Coast. Yeah, Ivory Coast are one of the team I genuinely want to do well in this World Cup. I have my boy Ahmad. Ahmad is there, and I just love the Ivorians. So I am definitely rooting for them. But let's see if Ivory Coast can make it to the round of 16. Ahmad Hussein says, how Canada beat South Africa is baffling me. Yeah, South Africa were very poor in that game. Very, very poor. I actually expected them to beat Canada because, like I said, I've watched Canada play 3 times and there was, like, they were playing absolute garbage. So I was very much surprised when South Africa came into the game. Yeah, they started very well, but after 20 minutes, their game dropped. It was crazy. Bradley Samuel says, you don't have reasons, but okay. Which reasons are you referring to? A minute, guys. I need to answer this call. Sorry, guys. I had a call. Really says his name is Luka Zidane. You mean Zidane's son? All right. Thank you very much. ITZ King says, how win in Croatia? Okay, who will win in Croatia, Portugal? That Croatia Portugal game, I will still go with a Portugal win, but it's not going to be an easy game. Prasanna says, who will win the Golden Boot in this World Cup? I think it's between Messi and Kylian Mbappe. But right now, Messi is... How many goals does Messi has? He scored 3, 2, 1. So Messi has 6 goals. Kylian Mbappe has 2. Sorry, Kylian Mbappe has 4. Ousmane Dembele has 4. Erling Haaland 4. So I just think the Golden Boot is going to be between Kylian Mbappe and Lionel Messi. But Messi is very much likely to win it. But it depends on who goes the farthest in the World Cup. DJ Santi says, more chance of Spurs staying up than Man United coming for us. Dirty Spurs. Well, I don't need to say much about Man United. We are coming for the league next season, like I said. The Baller says, do you like ballers? Who are the ballers? Messi Ihan says, help Ronaldo. With what exactly? West Side Sinatra says, Mexico is going to win the World Cup. Whoosh, that's a strong one. That's a strong one. Really says, Jassim is his Somali name. No, it's not Jassim. There's a new person from Somali. Yeah, there's a new guy from Somali that has been very consistent on the channel. I've forgotten his name. Donach Paka says, yo, I'm back. Welcome back, Paka. Hamid Milani says, hello. Okay, guys, I think what we'll do now is this, because I see there are lots of new people joining in the chat. So just let us know where you're connecting from. Maybe if you get us to know the football team you support and which country are you rooting for in the World Cup. So I think that's going to help us relate better with each other. Messi Ahan says Portugal players are hating Ronaldo. Come on, that's just a crazy propaganda going on and it's wrong. Japan, no. Okay, Ohio. Are you from Tokyo or Osaka? Martin Carvalho says hello. Martin, are you Portuguese? Because the name sounds very much like a Portuguese name. Movies Decoded says, I love Croatia because of Luka Modric. Yeah, Luka Modric is a legend of the game. He's a fantastic player. And I also love Luka. Luka is a great guy, man. The Japanese guy with the 12 says, Ronaldo is good. Yeah, man, Ronaldo is good. Really says Lucas Zidane plays for the Spanish team Granada. Yeah, Nobo. Okay, Zidane's son plays for Granada. I honestly didn't know that. I didn't know that his son plays in Spain. Nothing says Lucas' treasure wife and children found dead in Venezuela due to earthquake. Yeah, I saw that news. I think it was last night. Yeah, I saw that news. That was a very, very bad news. Yeah, may God rest their souls, man. It was a very, very bad news. Nightwing says, I don't like England, bro. They don't deserve to win. I love England, honestly, but Thomas Tuchel, I think he's not. I think he's not done enough. Yeah, England. The only game they played very well was the game against Croatia. That was all. The other games they were absolutely poor in those games. ABC mate says Cape Verde. Yeah, I'm rooting for Cape Verde. I was actually making a joke with someone yesterday, and I was like, if this Cape Verde team can beat me, if they can beat Argentina for me, oh my God, you see that Vozinha guy, he should just do it for us. Just knock Argentina out. It will be the most embarrassing and shocking game ever in football. Messi says Japan is not weak. Yeah, Japan. Who is saying Japan is weak? Japan is no weak team, man. I actually predicted a win for Japan against Brazil. Brazil that I love. Brazil is the third team I'm supporting in this World Cup, but I just have a very weird feeling about Japan. Japan is a very, very resilient team. On the ball, they are good. Off the ball, they are pressing monsters. They are very, very good. Ayu Singh says, all Africans are happy that South Africa is out. Yeah, majority of African countries are happy that South Africa is out. ABC Med says, Japan fans from India. Alright, Ras Malai says, screw United. Don't worry, United is going to screw you next season. Really says, Japan will play against Brazil, not Argentina. Nah, Mariam, it's Cape Verde that is playing against Argentina in the round of 32. Devi Munyandi says, hey bro, why didn't you stream yesterday? Yeah, I said it earlier on that I've not done the morning show for like 2 days straight, and it's because of the stress of watching the World Cup games. It's very, very stressful. The timing is bad. And I think I came live this morning because yesterday was just one game and the game finished at normal time. Like there was no extra game. For tomorrow now, I don't really know how that thing is going to work out, but I'll still try my best because for the past 3 weeks, I've gone live for more than 60 times. That is very, very stressful. And the timing for me for the World Cup games are really crazy. Very, very crazy times. Okay, let's see. ABC says, okay. Bakari Pundu says, bro, I take Portugal. What about you? I still go with Portugal. Anyways, I think at this point, I'm going to put out a poll on the screen on on the countries that we feel we get to win the World Cup now, because we're already in the knockout stages. So I'm going to put out a poll on the screen. Who do you think will win the World Cup at this point? Is it Portugal, Argentina, France, or let's say England? Yeah, I'm going to do that now. I'm going to put out a poll on the screen. Yeah, so I will get to know you guys' thoughts about it. Bakari Pundu says, okay, I've read that. The Japanese guy says, don't be happy that South Africa lost. Well, I don't really care at this point. Yeah, previously I actually cared, but I decided to turn a new leaf and said, okay, I'm going to support all the African teams that qualified into the round of 32 ball. Yeah, South Africa happened to get knocked out yesterday. All right, let me put out the poll now. Who will win the World Cup at this point? Who will win the World Cup at this point? Let's go to see. Is it Portugal? Is it Argentina? That's how they pronounce it, right? Argentina. Is it France? Or would that be coming home, like the English say? It's coming home, coming home. All right, guys, I already put out the poll on the screen, so let me know what you think. Who is going to win the World Cup at this point? You guys have actually seen all the group stage games played. We just have only South Africa and Canada that played the round of 32, so we have seen enough from every team. So let me know on the screen, guys. Who do you think is going to win it at this point? I want to get you guys' thoughts on this. I need you people to vote. As much as you can, vote. Whoa. Like, England hasn't gotten a vote. What is going on? So you people actually think England cannot do anything? Ish. Like, what is going on, guys? England, 0 votes. Whoa. What? What? What is going on, guys? Is it that you all don't rate England? I want to understand. RTC, boy, it's been a long time, man. It's been more than 3 months, or probably 4. It's been a very long time, RTC. User says, not so, I'm a Liverpool fan. Sumit Keshri says, Messi GOAT. Come on. Messi is your GOAT, I understand. But for me, it's always Ronaldo. Tunechi says, USA, no way. The US, they are good, but I don't really see them as one of the title contenders, honestly. Devi Muniandi says, hi, alright, welcome back. Dennis Beckham says, Thomas Tuchel made me lose hope for England. Yeah, Thomas for me, I've not been impressed. Thomas and Roberto Martinez, those 2 managers are rubbish for me. Very nonsense managers. 12 says, it's great that they both have respect for each other. Yeah, you mean Messi and Ronaldo? RTC says, can France win the World Cup? That's the reason I asked the question. And honestly speaking, I am very much surprised that out of 16 people who have actually participated in the vote, not even one person is saying England will win it. England has 0%. That is very much shocking, guys. So, does it mean that you guys don't rate England to win the World Cup? Tunechi says, love you, bro. Sub. Thank you very much, Tunechi. Please, for those who are new to the channel, kindly subscribe to Noble's View. And also, don't forget to like the stream. Don't forget to like it, guys. The World Cup is still going on. And we already did the first knockout game between South Africa and Canada, which ended up to be a 1-0 victory for the Canadians. Leak says 39% Portugal. Yeah, and England has 0%. Yeah. What is going on? So people no longer believe it's coming home. Boy. It's really funny, man. How is it that England has 0%? Come on, you guys are wicked, man. What are you saying? England 0%. Come on, I don't want to accept this, guys. What? Oh no, this is not fair. This is not fair. Justice for England, justice for them. Dennis Beckham says Manchester United didn't win the Premier League against Arsenal. Well, you forgot the Man United game against Arsenal that we won. You guys ended up to be the best game of the season. Actually, Premier League brought that out and voted that game as the game of the season. So that's to tell you how it was. Really says Noble, I feel like Egypt will be eliminated from the World Cup against Australia. All I hope is that if Cape Verde doesn't manage to beat Argentina, Egypt will do it. Or even that Messi gets injured. Come on, Cristiano, go ahead and leave Messi to Cape Verde. I just need Cape Verde to do that job for me. That's all. Nothing more, nothing less. I just need Cape Verde to do the job. That's it. Lola Guak says it's World Cup. Yes, Lola, it's World Cup. We're actually discussing about the World Cup. Who you guys think will be the team to win it? And we have 20 people who have participated in the voting. 38% are saying it's Portugal that will win it. 29% with Argentina. 33% with France. And surprisingly and shockingly, England has 0%. It's still very much hard for me to believe that people don't even see England anymore as one of the favorites to win it. It's crazy, honestly. It's really, really crazy. England. Well, that's what you get from Thomas. Yeah, Thomas Tuchel for me has been abysmal as a manager for England. Very, very poor. David Muniandi says England most racist 100 race. How do you mean England is most racist? Come on, man. Really says Noble, why don't you like Egypt? Egypt is kind and innocent. It doesn't matter. I'll do what I want. I honestly don't have problem with Egypt. I don't have problem with Egypt. Honestly, I really do not. I just feel like the other teams like Senegal and Ivory Coast, I actually love them more. Yeah, I don't have a beef with Egypt. The only countries I know I have a beef with as a Nigerian is number 1, South Africa. Number 2, Ghana. DJ Santi says England has racist. Yes. Worst. Nope. Well, if it's about racism, there is no country that will tell you that they don't have racists there. It is a lie. That is just a fact. Even I will go further to say, even in your own black country, there are still people who will be tribalistic or racist towards you. It's very simple. So racism is not only even in Europe, Asia, or the Americas. It's everywhere in the world, everywhere. What we call as racist, if you go in the same race, it's now tribal. So these things are always there. They cannot just leave. That's how crazy it is. Is it right? No, it's very, very much wrong. I don't support it 100%. Dennis Beckham says, Noble, if Lionel Messi wins his second World Cup, would you admit he's better than CR7? Well, he's not going to win it, and even if he does, it's still not better than CR7 in my eyes. Because there are players who have won the World Cup 2-3 times, and they are not regarded as the greatest of all time. So it doesn't change anything. For me, if Ronaldo wins the World Cup, I always say this, it's going to be an icing on the cake. Titus says, is it you or what? Titus, where are you connecting from? Velny says, Noble, do you think Xhaka will go to Chelsea? Yeah, I think Granit Xhaka will make that move to Chelsea. Yeah, I think Xhaka will make that move to Chelsea. It's part of the news we are going to go through this morning. Like I said, there are lots of transfer news going on while the World Cup is still on. So, Chelsea were silent for more than a month, and for the past, let's say for the past 10-12 days, Chelsea has been very much busy. They got Palestra, is it from Cagliari? They are pushing to get, what's his name? They are pushing to get Granit Xhaka from Sunderland. Chelsea put in a bid of £8 million yesterday, which was quickly rejected by Sunderland. But from what we've gotten from the likes of Fabrizio, Ben Jacobs, is that Granit Xhaka wants to make that move back to London because he came from Arsenal. From Arsenal, he went to, is it Leverkusen? Yeah, I think he was from Arsenal that he went straight to Leverkusen. After Leverkusen, he came back to England, played for Sunderland last season. He was instrumental in the success that Sunderland had last season. And the man is still got the IQ and the legs to play the game. So I think he's going to be a big plus, and he's a leader. Leaders are what you need in your team. Very, very important. That's why Casemiro leaving, I actually said Man United should just give him one more year. I know he cannot start all the games for us next season, but yeah, it's been decided he's already left the club. But these leaders, if you want to do well, you need them in your team. Very, very important. Guy Rudian Mini says, hello, long time no see. Yeah, it's been months, man. It's been months. Welcome back. Velny says, I thought Lewandowski will go to other small European clubs, but he went to Chicago. Yeah, he's gone to, I think, Chicago Fire. He should just go to America and rest, enjoy himself. It's either the USA or Saudi Arabia. He should just go there and rest, eat his money, earn more money for retirement, because he's very much at the last window of retirement now. Maybe he still has just one more year, tops 2 years, and he'll retire. DJ Santi says, Arsenal and Chelsea are swapping places. We are winning, they are buying Xhaka. Shame we can't sell the David Luiz. Now, Xhaka is not a bad signing. I kid you not. He's not a bad signing. I actually like him. If you see the impact he had in that Sunderland team last season, also at Leverkusen, he was instrumental in that their unbeaten season under Xabi Alonso. So, Granit Xhaka, you don't want to underrate him. He's a very, very good player. I think I'll say, ever since he left Arsenal, there's been this upgrade in his game. The Granit Xhaka I used to know at Arsenal wasn't as good as it currently is. It's just like a wine that gets better the more it gets old. So that's what it looks like with Granit Xhaka. The older he gets, the better he becomes as a football player, and the leadership gets better. So he's a good player. Vernice says Portugal are so bad, I will say they can play Felix on top. Now, I think against Croatia, Pedro Neto doesn't need to start that game. He doesn't need to start. Play Joao Felix, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Francisco Conceição. These three guys will be the best option up front for Portugal. Very, very important. Bruno, Vitinha, and Joao Neves in midfield. Right back, I think I will opt for Semedo. Yeah, I will go for Semedo ahead of Joao Cancelo. But guys, this is not funny. It's not funny, honestly. We have 33 votes, and not even one person has picked England to be the favorites to win it at this point in the World Cup we are in. It's very, very surprising. 33 people voting, 34 now. No single vote for England. So is it how low you guys think of England now? Wow. This is a big surprise. Happy World says, bro, see Portugal, Argentina never play quarterfinals but semifinals. Now they can't even meet in the semifinals. The only time Portugal can play against Argentina in this World Cup is in the finals, because they are on the different sides of the tree. Argentina is here, Portugal is here, so it's only in the final that both teams can play each other. Honestly, it's only in the finals. Have you read the papers? Do you see what they say? Guys, let's get the likes up and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Really says, okay, we helped Senegal reach the round of 32. Yeah, the win against who did you guys win against? It was against no, not Iran. Was it New Zealand? Which team did you? Yeah, I think it was New Zealand you guys won against. Waska already retracted his message. Bibe have says Ronaldo on mid. How do you mean Ronaldo on mid? Anime fan says Portugal playing with 10 men against top teams. Bibe have says, okay, Rafael and striker Joao Mario. Yeah, that Joao Mario guy, I don't know what happened to him, man. He's not playing for Portugal again. I think he played for Inter Milan. He was part of the team that won the Euros in 2016. I don't know if he's retired, but he was a decent player for them in that tournament. Very, very good player. Okay, midfield. Bibe have. You said midfield. I thought you said, okay, mid. Who was spamming the chat, man? Now, Bibe have. I really do not rate Rafael Leao. I honestly don't rate him. Unknown species says Portugal performs good against a bad team. Well, the only game Portugal played very well that I enjoyed was that game against Uzbekistan. The DR Congo game, the performance was bad. The Colombia game, I didn't watch every minute of that game. The first half, yes, I watched it. The first half was more of, would I say 50-50 or 55-45? Colombia was better, but it was not that Portugal was terrible in that first half. Then the second half, I think Colombia was more intense in that second half than Portugal was. So it's the knockout stage now. if you lose, you are going back home. Like the South Africans say, you're going back home. It's very simple. So Portugal needs to step up. Roberto Martinez for me is the problem of that team. Is the problem of the team. Bibe Half says Vitinha only doing back passes. What are they even doing? How are they the best midfield? I think we just assumed with what these midfielders have done in their different clubs, on paper they are the best midfield. But I think sometimes we as fans always forget the system and the coach involved. Yeah, the system that Vitinha plays in, or Joao Neves, it's very much suited to their style of play. But the tactics of Roberto Martinez is not fitting to these guys. Even Bruno, that at least in every game he creates 5, 6, 8 chances. But in this World Cup, the tactics has been very, very bad. Really says, please no one spam the chat. Noble, I really wish you had watched that match against Iran. That match against Iran was it the last? No, I think it was this. Was it Iran you guys played last on New Zealand? Okay, it was against Iran. Okay, 1-1. Okay, yeah, it was a 1-1 draw. Yeah, it was against Iran. What was the special thing that happened there? You said you wish I had watched that game. So what was the special thing that happened, Maria? Free Fire says Portugal vs Croatia prediction. I will go for a 3-1 Portugal win against Croatia. Even though I'll make that prediction later today against tomorrow, because the games played today, I made the predictions yesterday. So I'm going to go with a prediction today for the Ivory Coast game against Norway, France against Sweden, Mexico against Ecuador. I'll make predictions for those games today. Then for England, DR Congo, Senegal against Belgium, USA against Bosnia and Herzegovina. Yeah, I'll make those predictions tomorrow. Free Fire says Jose Mourinho is Portuguese. He should have been the Portugal coach for this World Cup. He declined the offer. Nah, I don't think he was approached for this World Cup, because Portugal already has Roberto Martinez. If Madrid had not gone to sign Jose, I think Jose Mourinho would have taken the Portuguese job ahead of the next Euro. I honestly think so. He said he wants to coach national team. And the national team, I know he will have a very strong connection with, is Portugal. Either Portugal or England. But because Spain, his style of play and the Spain national team wouldn't match. Ayushman says, which is your favorite team in the World Cup? Yeah, I'm Team Ronaldo, man. I'm Team Ronaldo. I am Team Ronaldo, bro. Tunechi says, that's it, CR7 for the win. I know many people still have doubt. Oh, we have the game has changed now. 2% for England after 48 votes. Like, this is very surprising. It took up to the 48th or the 47th vote before we had even 1% for England. 39% of the people that have voted said it's Portugal. 20% went for Argentina, 39% for France, and just 2% for England. That is very, very shocking. It's very shocking. Man United have said that Amad Diallo is not for sale. Ayushman said there should be no doubt that France will win the World Cup. I think France are doing good, but I was very angry with the manager of Norway. The reason is this: I expected to see a very, very competitive game in that match, but the Norwegian manager just messed things up for us. Fans paid thousands of dollars to come to the stadium to watch something exciting, but the manager just changed the whole thing. And that thing might come back to backfire him. Honestly, it might come back to backfire because you need to carry on with the momentum. Look at France. They didn't bench any of their key players. All of them played that game and they won against Norway. So I think that decision might come back to bite the Norwegian team. Don't know if they were avoiding to play certain teams. I just don't get it. Or injuries. But changing your whole team, about 9-10 players, that was crazy. Free Fire says Morocco vs Netherlands will be absolute cinema. Yeah, that game is going to be tough. Yeah, that game is going to be tough. I honestly think Morocco and Japan might get through to the round of 16. Honestly, I have a very, very strong feeling about that. Dennis Beckham says, I love the Premier League. I just don't like the Three Lions. Yeah, I'm supporting England in the World Cup, but what Thomas Tuchel is doing to my boy Kobe, it's making me to have a double mind. And I might even support Congo to beat England. Honestly, because what Thomas Tuchel is doing is crazy. Soccer 24 says USA might win. The USA? I don't see the USA winning the World Cup, even though the USA have been pretty good in this World Cup. I'm not going to lie. It was only just that last game against Turkey, which they lost. I would say, I think it was 3-2 that they lost that game. Yeah, I think that's the only game I would say, they were not really up to the level in that game. But aside that, they've been pretty decent in the tournament. Komi Kadami says, I am from Congo. Okay, is it Kinshasa or Brazzaville? Are you from DR Congo or from Congo Brazzaville? King Sosa says, do you think Mbappe will pass Messi this World Cup for the most goals, or will he have to wait another 4 years? I think when it comes to the all-time goal scorer for the World Cup, maybe Kylian Mbappe might not beat Messi to that record in this World Cup, but for the next World Cup in 2030, I think Kylian Mbappe will go on to be the all-time goal scorer in the World Cup. I just think so. Mbappe can still score 3 or 4 more goals in the World Cup. It depends on how far the French team goes in the World Cup, but I think he can still score 3-4 more. Messi, can they advance against Cape Verde? Of course, they are very much the favorites to beat Cape Verde, but football is a sport filled with uncertainties. Underdogs can come from nowhere and just bully the big boys to get the win. So we can expect anything. Really says, read previous comments. Mariam, why are you on with these long messages? I've told you, come on, stop typing these long messages. Really says the special thing is that we control the situation, but injuries ruined everything. We played with only 10 players for the last 15 minutes because we had used all our substitutions, and Fato got injured while playing. It was the worst 15 minutes I've ever seen. Alright, I didn't watch that game. That time was bad for me. Unknown Species says Colombia scored a beautiful goal, but it was offside with a toe. Yeah, sometimes what has an advantage on the other side has a disadvantage. The guy's toe was actually longer than the line. If he had a short toe or he was short in size, that probably would not have gone on to be an offside. Mariam, you should just type this stuff shorter. If you type these long messages, I cannot read it again, Mariam. I prefer it when you break the messages into, let's just say, 2 lines. But if you're going 3, 4, 5 lines, that's very, very strenuous to the eyes. Ritin says, do you know Messi announced he's going to play in the 2030 World Cup? Come on, man. Messi did not announce that. People have just been drawing conclusions from what Messi said. Messi didn't say that, man. Come on. And you know as well that Messi will not be able to play the 2030 World Cup. That's just, he will be, how many years? He's currently 39 now. So in the next World Cup, Messi will be 43. Can Messi play the World Cup at 43? Come on. He just cannot do that. Yes, Ronaldo is 41. But Messi playing up to 43? I don't think so. I just feel these two guys are playing as though their placentas are tied together, Ronaldo and Messi. Maybe Messi is waiting for Ronaldo to retire, or Ronaldo is waiting for Messi to retire. I don't know who is waiting for the other person to retire. But it's just like their placentas are tied together. Really says, I think I'll be a grandfather and have grandchildren by 2030 during the World Cup. Dennis says, Mariam out here writing essays. Like, Mariam is just straining my eyes with those long messages she's putting in the chat. Okay, the England vote is actually building momentum. It's currently 4% for England to win the World Cup. Really says, I won't write any more comments as long as you don't want to read them. You did you see this one you wrote now? This is perfect. Not long, just 2 lines, and that's it. But if you go on writing those long letters, it's a problem. Ritin says, he said if he feels fit, he'll keep playing. That is not him literally saying that he's going to play the 2030 World Cup. He's not. Yeah, he said he will keep playing as long as his body tells him. Now, if his body tells him to retire in the next 6 months, he will. If his body tells him to retire in the next 1 year, he will definitely retire. So I don't think you can say that I don't think you can say that, yeah, because of Messi said this, then he's going to play the 2030 World Cup. Nah. I don't think so. Lucky says Mexico is champion. Mexico are doing very well, man. And I've been very much impressed with Mexico with the way they've been playing. They've been playing really, really well. But winning the World Cup, I think that's a stretch. But they can actually put up a very good fight with they've been doing. Dennis Beckham says, Noble, I just noticed you know how to read Arabic. Very impressive. Nah, man, I can't read Arabic. I just use the YouTube translation. Bible says, Mexico going to the semi-final. Nah, in as much as I love what they've done, but I honestly don't think that Mexico is going to the final, to the semi-finals. I don't think so. Fearless Fight Johnny says, Argentina. Nah. Argentina have been one of the best team in the World Cup. I'm not going to lie. But one thing I've known with cup competitions or World Cups is that you don't determine who wins the World Cup in the group stage. You don't. It's when it gets to the knockout stages that you see who will win it. Because some teams turn out to come second in their groups and boom, they shoot up to go win the trophy. So it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. The knockout stages matter. Dennis Beckham says, you fooled me. Oh, you thought I understood Arabic? Nah, it's just the translation icon helps me to... It translates automatically. Once you type in a different language other than English, the YouTube system translates it for me immediately. Really says, why are you copying me? Don't copy me. I won't write any more comments. Yeah, you see this one you wrote now, Mariam. It's very, very fantastic. These 2 lines, very good. This is actually better than the 5-6 lines. Oluwatobi Ogunni says, I think Netherlands is going back home today. The Netherlands is playing against Morocco, and I strongly believe that game. I sincerely believe Morocco might win that game. Honestly, Morocco are just incredible. I strongly believe they can win. Honestly, I know it's an unpopular opinion, but you see Morocco and Japan. I think these 2 teams will win their games. Honestly, World Explore says, nah, Spain better. Nah, Spain is even one of the worst big teams in this World Cup. Because Spain, for me, there's nothing really special about the Spanish team. They've not really threatened the teams they've played against. Aside from, was it Curaçao? No, they didn't play against, they are not in the same group with Curaçao. They played against, I think it was just Saudi Arabia. Yeah, it was Saudi. Yeah, it was actually Saudi Arabia that Spain won comfortably. I think that was a 4-0 victory. They struggled against Cabo Verde. Played, was it 4-0 against Saudi Arabia? Then against Uruguay, the last game, they struggled to get a 1-0 win. So, for me, Spain, there's not really much I can say for Spain. Now, I watched 2 of their games. It's just the last game against Uruguay that I didn't watch. Jazil says CR7 will win. Yeah, man. I honestly think that CR7 still has a chance to win it. Really says, bro, I write comments, but you don't see them. Then I write them in the same comment and it becomes long. Well, it's better you write it in two lines. Sometimes 1 line, sometimes 2 lines. It's better that way because getting to see them in 5-6 lines, it's very, very strenuous. I'm not gonna lie, Mariam. It's very, very strenuous to the eyes. Vibe Half says people are betting on if Ronaldo will cry on the World Cup or not. Some Messi fans are just crazy. Some Messi fans are just crazy. But anyways, I'm enjoying the World Cup. I'm not gonna lie, I am enjoying it 100%. World Explore says yes, Saudi. All right. Keku1 says France will win 2026 World Cup. France has been doing good. They've been doing very good, but the knockout, I think I need to watch the round of 32 and the round of 16. When you see the way these big teams perform, you have a clue on who will go out to win it. Yeah, France, I had reservations with their defense and their goalkeeper. That was why I was angry with that Norway coach. He just had to go bench his players when we were expecting to see a very interesting game between France and Norway. But he just messed it up for us. World Explore says, who do you think will win the World Cup? I strongly believe that Ronaldo, Portugal has a chance, even though their group stage games were not encouraging. It was just only the Uzbekistan game they played well. Against DR Congo, the whole team played rubbish. Against Colombia, I think Colombia were the better team, even though I know Colombia are a very strong side, but at least I expected more from Portugal in that game, honestly. Raymond says, hi, France will win the 2026 World Cup from Ray. I think France are one of the top contenders for it. Prior to the World Cup, the poly market had Spain with the highest percentage to win it. I think France was on 2nd or 3rd. But I think while the tournament advances or progresses, we are going to see some shifts here and there. Really says, I won't write a line or two. I won't write at all. Maybe you can write in English language, Mariam, because it seems when you flow in Arabic, you just bombard me with those long messages. World Explorer, I thought I already answered that. I'm supporting Portugal in the World Cup. Yeah, I think Cristiano actually deserves this to wrap up his career. Whether he wins it or not, I always say this, it doesn't define his career, but it's going to be really special for him to just wrap up his career with the World Cup. And he's 41. If Ronaldo wins the World Cup, I think he's going to retire. Whether he hits the 1,000 goals or not, I don't know. But yeah, he's currently on 975 goals. So he has 25 more goals to hit the 20 goal mark. Nakide. Goma Stresta says, name a player for an edit football. Bruno Fernandes. Really says, stop it. Thank you, Noble. Well, I thought you already changed your profile picture, Mariam. Guys, let's get the likes up. I'll be ending the live stream shortly, but I need us to get the likes up. And please, if you're new to the channel, you do us one favor by hitting the like button and subscribing. Let's get it up, guys. Let's get it up. Have you read the papers? Do you see what they say? Really says, stop it. Thank you, Noble. All right, I already read that out already. So when you start to cry like your life is a mess, don't be scared, don't be discouraged. It is only your test. Coca says, someone behind you. You are the someone behind yourself. Really says, you will start saying anything to distract from the conversation. What conversation are you referring to, Mariam? I thought we already passed it. World Explorer says, where are you from? I'm Nigerian, man. I am from Nigeria. Dennis Bakam says, Nobu, you are my second favorite football content creator. Okay, thanks, man. That's an honor. So who is the first? Mariam, you see why I said this your name is is actually very weird. Because anytime I want to say really, it just messes. I just hope the 2 weeks elapses so you can actually change your name to something else. I prefer the Mariam. Yeah, it's better. Really says, Noble, please avoid making me angry. Alright. Denny says, Mark Goldbridge. Alright, yeah, I've been following Mark for a very long time, honestly. I've been following him since I've been following him since the Ole days. From Jose Mourinho. Yeah, I was following Mark during the Mourinho era. Yeah, that was like 2017. Yeah, I think around 2017 or 2018. That was when I followed Mark Goldbridge. Yeah, it's been a long time. Mr. Taboo says hello. Man, what kind of name is that, Mr. Taboo? What kind of name is that, man? It's the first time I'm hearing or seeing someone bear that name, Taboo. There's a movie I watched back in the early 2000s, Taboo. A Nigerian movie, by the way. I don't know if you're Nigerian. Sebastian Elvin says, you better run, do what you don't want to see. Come on, man, are you okay? Do you need some hug? Sebastian Elven, do you need some hug, man? What's up with what you're typing there, bro? Come on. Really says, no, I won't change it. Don't worry, Mariam. If you change it, I'm going to tell you a very good story. Very, very good story. I know you love you love stories. If you change it when the time elapses, I'm going to tell you a good story. Dennis Beckham says, Margot Bridge FIFA career modes are hilarious. Okay, he plays FIFA career mode. I'm not really the gaming type. I think the only time that I might do stuff about maybe FIFA career mode or gaming is if I decide tomorrow that I want to be like a full, like I want to maybe probably leave my business for others to handle for me and just focus on football content creation or just content, then I can actually have time for that. But that gaming side of FIFA mode, I don't even know how that works. Jimen's boy says Japan vs Brazil prediction, bro. I went for a 3-2 win for Japan against Brazil, but a lot of people have been saying that it's crazy that Brazil will definitely win. I have a very weird feeling that this Japanese team, you don't need to write them off. If you write them off, you have to pay. Sebastian Elven says, I'm Michael Jackson. Is it the copy? The fake Michael Jackson? Mr. Taboo says, I'm from Nigeria, Imo State. Alright, bro. Imelempole. How do Imo people say it? Is it from Ewoye Mbitolu or Mbano? Or is it Mbise? I have friends from Olu, by the way. I have some friends from Olu. Dennis Beckham says, alright, goodbye, Nobu. See you later. Alright, bro. I know it's already time for you to sleep. So just go enjoy your sleep. See you tomorrow. Falal Alawal says, now in Dubai is PM. What's the time? I think Dubai should be. Is it 4 p.m. in Dubai now? Falal. Dennis Beckham, don't mind that guy. There are some people, when they lack love in their families, they come outside to display their stupidity. Yeah, so sometimes I look at these comments and ignore them. Sometimes I might even be in the mood to respond to such crazy people. Sometimes I might just decide to, give them the silence answer, which is the best answer given to a fool. So I saw that message. I just didn't want to even reply him. Mr. Taboo, I didn't get what you typed. You said result, so I don't know if it's a translation problem or something else. Keside is in Imo State, Mr. Taboo. I have a couple of Imo friends from Olu. I think I have someone from Mbise, but I think about a few from Olu actually. Yeah, I think more people I know are from Olu. Manamu Aboye, Enugu State. Have you read the papers? Do you see what they say? Really says, I don't know the meaning of this word. Sorry, bro, I didn't time him out. Nah, it's not a problem, Mariam. It's not a problem. Sometimes there are some people, that's why I ask them. If you need love, don't worry, just come, let me hug you, right? So your brain can actually be in the right frame, because I don't understand why some people would just come to the internet space and become idiots. They will just constitute nuisance. Like, it's just crazy. You just come on someone's live, you're calling him the N-word. Like, what do you what do you want to achieve with that? It's just crazy. It's just my kind of person. I'm someone who has seen everything. I've there's nothing I've not really seen in this world. So I've been in the world long enough to deal with different types of human beings. And I'm someone that even when I was in my school, I used to deal with the public. So I'm very much used to having conversations with people, reacting with people, and also see how different people react to certain things. And you get to see some crazy individuals, like it or not, you must see them. So it's just crazy for me. Some people are always very much frustrated and want to lash out at anyone they see. Maybe they think that will make them feel good, but it won't. It will only keep making you feel miserable. Oluwatobi says Neymar Jr. is back inside Brazil squad and it's going to be hard for Japan to win, but it is going to end to penalty. Bro, Toby, you see that Japan game? I have a very weird feeling about that game, and I've been saying this for days. I have a very weird feeling that Japan will knock Brazil out. Yes, I love Cunha and Casemiro. They are my boys, right? But I just have a very strong feeling that Japan will knock them out. This Japanese team, there is something spectacular about this team, honestly. And I just feel that they might do Brazil. And there's something about the Brazilian team. In the last 7 or 8 World Cups, I might be wrong, but in the last 7 or 8 World Cups, they have come top of their group every single time. Every single time they've come top of their group. So I just feel like Japan. I have a very strong feeling Japan will win that game. Qatar says Germany. Which part of Germany are you from, Qatar? Are you from Frankfurt, Berlin, Munich? Where exactly in Germany are you from? LVG says hello. LVG, where are you connecting from, brother? Really says, well, you should embrace the whole world. Then, Nobu, there isn't a single person in this world who is okay. Well, I actually don't mind embracing the whole world, right? Because I sincerely know that there are people who are going through mental, I don't want to call it mental issues, but there are people who are stressed out mentally and they don't know how to navigate things, and they feel the best way for them to feel better is to curse or insult people or say mean and bad things to others. And so such people do think that when they do it like this, it go make them feel better, but life doesn't work that way. That was why I said, if the person is actually, if you need a hug, man, at least need someone to just talk to you and say, oh bro, just chill. Everything is gonna be all right. You just relax. Every new day comes with its own blessings. That's one thing I believe. If you're a Christian, a Muslim, a pagan, or an atheist, whichever one you are, I always believe that every new day comes with a new blessing. Ayushman says, Ronaldo last World Cup, bye-bye, Spain can stop Portugal. The Spanish team is also, for me, not impressive in this World Cup. They are not. I think out of the whole teams in Europe, I would say that it's France that has been the best. In terms of the teams, the games that I've watched, it's France that have been very, very much impressive. France, the Netherlands have been good. Yes, they drew to Japan in their first game, but for me, France has been the best in Europe. And for South America, both Argentina and Colombia are very, very strong teams. Shenzhou says Portugal or Argentina. Of course, it has to be Portugal. The GOAT, Cristiano Ronaldo. Guys, if you're new to the channel, kindly hit the like button and subscribe to Nobu's View. Also, let us know the country you are connecting from. Let's get to know each other better, guys. Let's get to know each other. Shenzhou says Ronaldinho or Neymar. I will opt for Ronaldinho because Ronaldinho was one of the guys that made me enjoy football as a young boy back in Nigeria. So I will go for Dino Gucho. Really says you Noble, you said story. Yes, I said story. I said when your time elapses for you to change your name, if you change it, then probably in the next couple of days, then I will tell you the story. But if you change it today, it will not be today that I will tell you the story. It will be definitely this week. Jimen's boy says, why United? Why? Because United is the biggest and the best. Stormtrooper says, bro, Ronaldo is getting his blessing this World Cup. I sincerely do hope so, man. I really, really hope so. I think Ronaldo has he's actually deserved it. Yeah, the same way Messi deserved it in 2022, no doubt. And I just think that he's Ronaldo for me has done everything there is to do in the game. Like I always say, whether he wins it or not, it doesn't change anything for him. It's just going to be that special feeling of, oh, I've actually won the World Cup. That's it. Yeah, it's not like, oh, if it doesn't win it, it's gonna change this. Nah, it changes nothing. Marcelo Anton says, what is it? What are you, bro? I'm a human being. I'm a Nigerian. So what what exactly is your question so I can understand how to place my answer? Marcelo Anton really says, are you trying to trade with me? Story or my name? Yeah, this name is very, very what's it called? It's trainers for me to be calling, and it's weird at the same time. Luigi says Pele was the best. Pele for me is legendary. Yeah, Pele is legendary, and I love Pele. Pele is he's a legend of the game. Like it or not, he's a legend of the game. But I just think that Pele for me, yeah, he didn't play in Europe. He played in South America for all his career. Won 3 World Cups. Yeah, Pele won 3 World Cups, and yeah, he's just a different breed. Yeah, he was phenomenal in his time, but I always go Pele as my number 3, Ronaldo number 1, Messi number 2, Pele 3, Maradona 4, Zidane 5. Then others follow, the likes of Ronaldo Nazario, Ronaldinho. You go for Johan Cruyff, Platini, all these guys, like they were top in their days. I also love Andreas Iniesta of Barcelona. He was good. Luigi says he was anomaly. Yeah, Pele was Pele was like yes, he's not the top scorer of Brazil, right? But every single Brazilian player idolizes Pele, both the old and the new. Pele is like a god in Brazil. Like that's how they revere him so highly. Arush Bavka says, yo, Portugal no chance of winning. Well, any team in this knockout stage definitely has a chance to win, but we might look at the percentage of the chance. Some might have higher percentage than the others, but I don't think we should write Portugal off. Yeah, except they go on to lose against Croatia, then their journey in the 2026 World Cup ends. That's it. So, but I still think they can pull it off, but the coach has to step up. Dennis Beckham says, Mariam, ban that racist idiot, don't just time him out. Yeah, Mariam, I think what you'll do is, if that guy comes back again and types anything racist, you should just ban him, because we don't need such people on the channel. That's just the truth. We don't need them. Yeah, I don't know why some people, I don't know what's wrong with some people, honestly. I really don't get it. Have you read the papers? Do you hear what they say? Rising unemployment, cost of living every day. Last gospel Adesi says, as an England fan, I think France can't be stopped. Yeah, for me, I'm more from Europe. France has been the best performer. From South America, we can say Colombia and Colombia and Argentina have been the best from South America, right? But for then for Africa, I think I will go with Morocco. Morocco they've been the best team from Africa in this World Cup. South America, Argentina, and Colombia. Europe, I would say France. France and the Netherlands have been pretty good. Norway as well, but Norway, I was disappointed with their manager in the last game. I expected to see something very, very competitive in that game, but nah. Really says Marcelo, his English is worse than mine. What's it called? Really says Dennis, I already banned him, bro. He's disrespectful person. Y2B says, if I was South Africa's president, I would give citizenship to top foreign soccer players so we win next World Cup. South Africa, I actually was disappointed with the way they performed the whole game. Yes, they started the game pretty well, very, very much intense, but I think while the game went on, they went really, really laggy, and yeah, they couldn't do anything against the Canadians. Really says Noble, he's back and I've already removed him from the channel before you say anything. Alright, that's even better because I don't know what the guy's problem is. Honestly, I really do not know. Some people, it's part of what I was saying. If you're going through stuff, right? I know we are in a very crazy world. If you're going through stuff, if you need someone to hug you at some point, I'm always there to hug you, right? But you guys, for those who always come to the internet, and I've always told them, I am not someone you can bring your racist nonsense to. You can't try that shit with me. You just cannot. Because one, I am from a tribe that is one, very, very proud of themselves. I'm a proud Igbo person, right? And we don't hide it. And two, myself as an individual, I don't have low self-esteem. Sometimes that's why I'm trying my best to try and not be, go aura for aura. But I'm the kind of person, whatever you bring to me, I give it back to you 100-fold. If you want to bring any stuff racist towards me, I will push it back to you 100-fold. So some people, when they just come on the internet, and that's why maybe some players who really cannot take some of these insults will just probably just hide, and you see them not performing at top level again. But for my kind of person, I'm not going. I've been with different people. I've lived outside my country for many years, almost 9 years. So I've seen people from different parts of the world. I've related with different people. So for me, I've seen different types of racists in different countries. So it's not something new. But I always say this. Sometimes when people go through shit, they try to look for others they will lash out to. You can't lash your frustrations out on other people. So if you're not feeling okay, try to talk to someone, maybe to make you feel better, or maybe you listen to music, or just try to move around. Be a better person. Don't be a mean or wicked person. That's just it for me. Dennis Backham says, Noble, I like you and your channel, but please don't hug me. No, the hug is actually for people for people who are going through so many crazy things, because the world, there are so many crazy stuff going on in this world, and I know people have some issues they are dealing with personally, and that's why for me the channel is a place I just come and I feel very comfortable, relaxed, and just talk about football that I love. It gives me joy and happiness. For me now, I can stay a whole day talking about football and I won't get bored with it. It's something that just I enjoy, because even before I started my channel, I have friends that we argue and banter football for hours, and we just make fun of ourselves and enjoy it. So it's not a problem for me. Carl Francis says, good team Croatia. Yeah, Croatia are a good team, but they are not as good as they were 4 and 8 years ago. The team is no longer that team you used to know. So I see Portugal being able to beat them. But there is something I saw on the internet. I don't know if it's a conspiracy theory or not, but I saw this. I saw on a post on Instagram where someone said Portugal drew their first game in the Euro 2016 that they won. They drew their first game in the group. Their second game, they won it. The third game, they drew. And they came second in that group. Now, after that group stage, their first knockout game was against Croatia. And this time around, it's the same pattern. Drew the first game, won the second, drew the last game, came second in their group, and their first knockout game is against Croatia. So the conspiracy theory is this: history is repeating itself. I don't know how true. I don't know how true that is, because I've not really gone to fact check that. I don't know how true it is, but it's just a conspiracy theory out there. I just decided to put it out on the channel. Arsenal 8517 says, hey brother, apparently Diomande have agreed a 5-year contract with PSG. Adam, I think that's a bad move for him. Honestly, in as much as PSG are the team that are winning stuff in Europe right now, but I just think that he will not get enough playing time to develop his talent. He won't. You have Kivita Kvaratskhelia on the left side. You have Desire Doué on the right side. Or maybe he feels he has the quality to get those guys out of their position to take his place there. I don't know. But I think he should have gone to Liverpool, because Liverpool doesn't have any outstanding winger right now. Cody Gakpo last season was terrible. Yes, he's actually picked his form a bit in the World Cup. But I just think that he should have made that move to the Premier League, Liverpool. And Liverpool were very much serious with the bid of 100 million at first. It was rejected by RB Leipzig. I think they put in a second bid which was rejected, but the player has now decided that it's PSG he will go to. So I just think that that's a wrong move for Yan Diomande. He should have gone to Liverpool. Mission Impossible says Portugal vs Croatia, Spain, Belgium, Germany, or France. I think Portugal can win it. Yeah, I think Portugal can win it. But any team at this point has a chance to win it. Lightning Blade says, where I live in South Africa, racism can get very bad. Yeah, well, for South Africa, it's not racism. It's called xenophobia, because you have the same race. If you're African, for example, you're the same race with them. So it's a xenophobia for South Africa, which for me that is very, very annoying. Like, there are some things, it's just that I don't like to discuss about politics on my channel, but there are some things you just see and you be like, come on, what is wrong with these guys? Canon says, what are your predictions for today's Japan vs Brazil match? Messi the best. I predicted a win for Japan against Brazil. I know many people feel that's a wrong prediction, but I would go with Japan to win. I predicted a 3-2 win for Japan against Brazil. Can it happen? Maybe, or maybe not, but I think it's going to be a very tough game. It's going to be very, very tough. But I think Japan, one thing I know is it's going to be a 50-50 game. either team can win, right? But you people should look down on Japan like there are some easy pushovers. Carl Francis says Messi lose aura. Luigi says people are good, not racist. Lightning Blade says, bro, I made prayer that Cape Verde beat Argentina. I need Messi to lose aura. I honestly might visit Cape Verde. Maybe I think Cape Verde might even be one of the countries I visit first anytime I want to go on holiday or vacation, right? I just need them to do a job for me against Argentina. Cape Verde should just win Argentina for me. That's all. I don't want too much from them. Just 1-0. That's all I ask for. Is it too much to ask for, guys? I want to know, is it too much to ask for? Just 1-0 win for Cape Verde against Argentina. And Vozinha with the man of the match. Arsenal 8517 says, Noble, at this stage, winners win, loser comes with excuse. But FIFA, we never know, but it could be coincidence as well. If Portugal can just focus and they will be alright. Yeah, I said that if you want to win the World Cup, you should not be avoiding teams. Because people who were saying, oh, Portugal came second and they are going to now play Spain. They will likely play France. They will also likely play, is it Belgium or who? And I'm like, if you want to win the World Cup, man, you should be ready to beat every single team that you face. So you don't have to pick, oh, I want to play this team, I want to play the other team. It's nonsense. Sometimes that smaller team in your mind you want to play will end up being the team that will knock you out of the competition. So you just have to focus and win any game that comes your way. It's very simple. Tunechi says he's too short, bro, vulnerable on defense for headers. Who are you referring to, Tunechi? There's this guy from South Africa. I said this during the live stream yesterday. That guy, for me, if South Africa had won that game, he would have won the man of the match. Mbokazi. The number 14 for South Africa. The guy defensively yesterday was a rock. Like, he was very, very solid. He was very solid in that defense, and I enjoyed the game, honestly. Mbokazi. He was fantastic for South Africa, but it's just unfortunate that they were knocked out. But the guy had a very good game. Arsenal 8517 says, Diomande is dumb. I think that decision to choose PSG was a wrong one. I just hope for his sake he doesn't regret it. I just hope for his sake, because why would you pick PSG ahead of Liverpool when Liverpool are in dire need of a winger, or wingers actually, not even a winger? Liverpool are in dire need of wingers. PSG has surplus of wingers. PSG has Kivita Kvaratskhelia. PSG has Desire Doué. PSG has Bakola. PSG has, is it Mbaye, that Senegalese young teenager. Like, they have 4 top wingers. Okay, let's say out of the 4, 3 can actually start ahead of you. So I don't know why he chose them. Maybe because they've won the Champions League back-to-back. And it's also a French club. He speaks French. But I think he also speaks English. So I don't really know, man. I don't know. Lightning Blade says, Messi worst player in history. Come on, man. Sigma Edit says, Australia gonna win World Cup. Australia winning the World Cup. That's gonna be crazy, man. But I don't see it happening anyways. I don't. Really says, Canon, are you talking to me? Whoa, there are so many messages here. Tunechi says, Messi jumped the gun with form. You watch CR7 is saving it for the finals. Well, I love the way the World Cup is going. I'm not gonna lie. I think this is now the time we can say, oh, the World Cup has actually be gone, because in the knockout stages you are going to see some crazy results. Knockout, yeah, that's when you get to see end-to-end football. You don't have to play nonsense. You have to go all out to win your games. It's very simple. You have to go all out to win. Canon says, bro, chill, lightning. I just make fun. Sorry if I made you mad. Tunechi says, okay, I've read that. Ismail Flores says, why do people think Portugal will win the World Cup? Well, Portugal has the squad to win it, but the manager for me is the big problem. They have a very good team, but the manager doesn't know how to use the players. His tactics are very, very bad. Very bad. Lightning Blade says, I want Japan to win today. I want Brazil to win, but I honestly think that Japan will get a win against Brazil. But one thing I'm very much sure of is that this game will be a very, very interesting game. It will be a tough test for both teams. Both teams are very good, but one mistake, or the worst mistake I think Brazil will make, is think that the game will be an easy ride for them. That's the worst mistake Brazil could ever make in that game. Really says, guys, let's get the likes up. Yeah, guys, I need everyone on the stream to hit the like button. And if you're also new, don't forget to subscribe to Nobu's View, guys. Let's get it up. Ole cool. Tell me something where I know fit to. Mo pop 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 malo too. Canon says Cape Verde will be the champions. Nah, I don't see that happening. If that happens, then it's going to be the greatest ever shocker in the world of sports. Not only football, in the world of sports. Sean Smith says Brazil, Netherlands, and Colombia strong contenders. Yeah, Brazil, they've done well in the group stage, but I think the knockout stage will give me an insight more into that Brazilian team. For the Netherlands, I think Netherlands have been decent. Colombia is another team. People are sleeping on Colombia. People are really, really sleeping on Colombia. Colombia are very good. That's why when people were criticizing Ronaldo and Portugal for drawing to them, 0-0 draw, I was like, come on, you guys don't know how good Colombia is. Those guys are a very, very top team. Canon says, I put a like. Thank you very much, Canon. And please don't forget to subscribe. Guys, if you're new to the channel, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. Really says, Noble, I'm bored. Do a challenge. What type of challenge? Oliver Stokes says, hello, Sanobu. Can you give me your take on the Yan Diomande situation? Yeah, I already said it a couple of minutes ago. That was a very, very terrible decision from Yan Diomande to reject Liverpool and choose PSG. Because as a young player, yes, you are on high demand. You have the talent. PSG might pay you more. That's a fact, because I know Liverpool, for a teenager, yes, who they will sign £100 million, Liverpool might not pay him up to 250. But PSG might pay him that amount. I don't know what the current structure in terms of wages are in PSG right now, but I know PSG always pay very, very high wages. Liverpool are not used to doing that. Recently, they upped their game. But I'm not even looking at the financial benefits. I'm looking at his career and his playing time. If he had chosen Liverpool, he gets more chance to play football. But he's chosen PSG. PSG has Kivita Kvaratskhelia on the left. PSG has Desire Doué on the right. There's Bakola on the bench. Yes, I know Diomande can play either left wing or right wing, but it's better he moved to Liverpool, because Liverpool, Mo Salah has left the club. So that wing alone is certain for him. if it's the other side, the left wing, he can actually bench Cody Gakpo, because the only recognized winger in Liverpool right now, aside their academy prodigy Rio Ngumoha, is Cody Gakpo. And Gakpo, like we all knew last season, was very, very poor. So I feel it's a very, very wrong decision from Yan Diomande, honestly. Jalin Rabe says Morocco big chances also, my opinion. I gave Morocco a win against Netherlands. I gave them a win. I know it's a tough one, but yeah, it's gonna be an interesting game. I'm really, really looking forward to the games. Canon says France has strong collective strength. Yeah, France are a good team. They are a very, very good team, and I really like what they've done so far. But I just feel like France are yet to face a top team. So I just hope in this knockout stage, let's say the round of 16, they get to meet a very strong side, so we can actually weigh their strength. But for now, they've been very, very good. Soldier Boy says, any chance for Germany or Colombia to win the World Cup? I think Colombia is one team a lot of people, including myself, have been sleeping on. Yeah. I believe that Colombia are one team that many people have been sleeping on. Those guys are very good. Very, very good. But I still would root for Portugal to win it. Yeah. I still would root for Portugal to win it. Really says challenge regarding any of the upcoming matches. Number one. Okay, what type of challenge is that regarding the matches? Soldier Boy says, you also a footballer. What position you play? I play defense and also goalkeeping position. Yeah, but I'm not playing football as a professional player, by the way. I've given up that footballing dream for a long time. Yeah, for a long time. Canon says, I'm also from Egypt. Okay, Canon, which part of Egypt are you from? Are you from Giza, Sahel, or from Cairo? Which part? Soldier Boy says, what about Germany? Nah, I don't see Germany. I really do not see Germany going far in this World Cup. I've not been impressed with Germany. Nah, I've not been impressed with them. Real-time intel says Spain Argentina final. Ooh. Nah, I don't want to see that final. Portugal against any other team, no problem. But Spain Argentina, I don't like those two nations in terms of them winning the World Cup. I don't want it. Really says, are you Egyptian? So you can write in Arabic. All right. Egypt and its people. Which part of Egypt are you from, Canon? I think I'm having lots of Egyptians join the channel recently, and that's quite interesting. Canon says, what do you think about new stadium for Man United, bro? Yeah, that new stadium, it's a good idea, but the financing of that stadium is going to be the problem. I welcome it. It's going to be a 100-seater stadium, the best in the whole of England. It's a very, very good move. Yeah, but that shouldn't stop the club from investing in the squad, because the football is number one. We need to win the league title, so they need to invest heavily in the team. So I am not against the idea of moving to a new stadium. I'm not against it. Really says, welcome, Canon. You are a ray of sunshine, my dear. Egypt and its people. Real-time intel says Portugal need to prove themselves, then I will back them. Yeah, bro. Portugal needs to start delivering in these knockout stages, else they'll be knocked out. Because this stage is not a stage where you just relax and you just feel like, okay, we still have 1-2 games left. No, you either win or you get out. That's the stage we are in now. You win or you get out. So this is not the time for complacency. You just have to win it. Oliver Stokes says, hey, Sir Noble, what transfers in and out would you make for your club, Manchester United? We've had a couple of players leave. Tyra Malaysia has left. Jadon Sancho has left. Casemiro has left. Which other player? Marcus Rashford is still hanging in the balance. But I would still go with Rashford to leave. Joshua Zirkzee to leave. Diogo Dalot, I think he should leave. Luke Shaw should leave. Manu Ugarte. But Ugarte is injured now, so that name is definitely out of the list because Ugarte has a knee injury. And that knee injury is very much likely to be a long-term injury. So it's going to be a very, very difficult one for Man United. But I think these 4 guys or 5 of them leaving, then we get in new players. I want 2 more midfielders. We already have Ederson yet to be made official, but I want maybe if Brazil gets knocked out, we might get the Ederson announcement. Let's say the 1st of July or the 3rd of July. So I want us to get 2 midfielders. Manu Kone of AS Roma, the French midfielder, and Ayub Boadi of Morocco. These 2 guys, I wouldn't mind. Honestly, I wouldn't mind having these 2 guys in midfield added with Ederson and Kobe Mino. That would make our midfield stronger. Then up front, there is... up front, it's a tough one. Up front, maybe I think I will go for Iliman Ndiaye of Everton. Yeah, Iliman Ndiaye for me will be one player I wouldn't mind Man United getting. Then I will also look at the left back. Lewis Hall for me is my priority left back. Right back, I will go with Munoz of Crystal Palace, the Colombian right back. The guy is a top player, so I will go for him. Sabul Edit says Japan or Brazil. I will go with Japan, even though I love Brazil. Brazil is one of the teams I'm supporting, but like I said in my predictions yesterday, I am going for a 3-2 win for Japan against Brazil. It's going to be a tough game, but I expect the Japanese to come out victorious in that game. Soldier Boy says, I support Kashima Antlers. Which country is that? Yeah, we got an update from Fabrizio on Man United news. He said, Manchester United consider Amad Diallo not for sale this summer. Despite approaches and interest, the Ivorian would leave as Man United see Amad as a key player. Well, this is very, very important. I don't need him to leave. Yes, he had a very bad last 6 months, but I think he's still a top player. Yeah, Liam Rosinho in official talks with Paris FC over a 2-year contract to replace Antoine Kombori as new head coach. Negotiations underway with details to be sorted on extra year option ahead of the agreement. So this Chelsea manager, former manager, is about to take charge of FC Paris. That's going to be interesting. Chelsea's PE teacher, like they call him. But anyways, this Yan Diomande guy, I don't know why he made the decision to go for PSG. I honestly don't understand it. Is it because he wants to win the trophy, but you will not get playing time? I don't understand some of these boys. Canon says, Italy will be the champions. Italy are not in the World Cup, bro. Musicology says, would you sign Osimhen for United? 100%, bro. Like, in fact, 1,000%. I'm signing Victor Osimhen for Man United. 1,000%, man. And still on transfer, guys, Chelsea will continue talks with Sunderland this week for Granit Xhaka. Trying to unlock the negotiations. £8 million not enough, but the player keeps on pushing to join Chelsea Football Club and again to work under Xabi Alonso. Like I said, Granit Xhaka will be a big plus to Chelsea, even though I don't like Chelsea, but I have to be honest. Xhaka is a top player and he's a leader. I will not be surprised if he comes to the Chelsea team. Yeah, Reece James will be injured for most times because he's currently injured. Reece James might be the captain, but Xhaka might end up to be the assistant captain, or he might even take the captain's armband. You never can tell, but he's a top player now. Soldier Boy says, what do you think about Hiroki Ito? All-time Kashima Antlers Japan A-League team. Okay, Soldier Boy, are you from Japan? I don't really know who Hiroki Ito is. I don't know him, man. Really says, the Ghanaian magician who claims to be doing that, instead of weakening the teams that compete against them, let him make Ghana win the cup. The World Cup. He actually predicted that Portugal will win the World Cup. We'll get to see if that turns out to be true or not. He also said in that game that Ghana played against England, he said he has tied Harry Kane, that Harry Kane would not score against England. Harry Kane did not score. He missed a sitter against Ghana. Now, he also went on to untie Harry Kane after that game and said Harry Kane has been untied and allowed to score in the upcoming games, which Harry Kane ended up scoring against Panama. But let's see how the World Cup will turn out to be. If Portugal wins it or not, we'll see. Dennis Beckham says, breaking news, Fabrizio Romano says Manchester United fans are crybabies and Arsenal will repeat. Dennis Beckham, I thought you already went to bed. Don't worry. Like I told you, Arsenal fans, you guys should be ready for us next season. We are coming for the league. And I'm not joking, man. I am not joking. We are definitely coming for the league. We are coming for it. So you guys should be ready. Ready for us, man. We are coming. Canon says, Uncle Sahir, who is this talk? Really says, Uncle, I know he loves to go viral. Which uncle are you talking about? Lightning Blade says, that Suzuki guy also looks good. See, I don't know why people are sleeping on Japan, guys. Japan are a very, very good team. They are very, very good. Soldier Boy says, believe me, Ayase Uwada gonna score tonight. There was something, I think it was Ryan, the Brazilian player, was asked to name, I think he was asked to name one player or two players from Japan, and he said he doesn't even know, he doesn't even know anyone in the Japanese team. I don't know if that will come back to bite him, but it's going to be interesting. Really says, hey, Canon is got baby powder on his face. Who is this magician man? I feel sorry for him. Mind of Jonathan says, yo, Jonathan, where are you connecting from? Lightning Blade says, we're coming for the league. Yeah, I strongly believe that Man United is going to compete with Arsenal for the league next season. Because for me, Arsenal are the team very much likely to win it. Right? Because they have been the most consistent in the last 3-4 years. Liverpool won it the year before last. And Man City won it 2 years ago. Arsenal are the current holders. So Arsenal have played come second 3 times in a row. The 4th time, they won it. So they have been very consistent. Chelsea changed manager. Man City changed manager. So it's new managers in every of these teams, aside Arsenal and Man United got a manager six months ago. Guys, if you're new to the channel, hit the like button. Adele Morgan says France. Are you from France or you're rooting for France to win? Okay, you're French. Adele. All right. How do you say it in French? Uh, my French is so bad, man. Comment ça va? Yeah, comment ça va? Canon says, do you think if Nigeria reached to the World Cup, they would do anything? I strongly believe that if Nigeria had come to the World Cup, definitely they would go to the round of 32. And I think they might get up to round of 16 or at most hit the quarterfinals. But I'm not saying they will go to the semifinals, but at least they will hit round of 16 or quarterfinals. Fista Nation says Japan is going to win the World Cup. Just you wait. Japan is good. They are very, very good. And I am rooting for them. It's not that I'm rooting for them, but I'm predicting Japan to win against Brazil. I love Brazil. They are my third team I'm supporting in this World Cup. But I just have a very weird feeling with the Japanese team. Those boys are strong. Soldier Boy says Mexico strong too. Yeah, Mexico is strong. Adele Morgan says French winner, well, and you. France is one of the best teams in the World Cup now. And in terms of the European countries, France is the team that has performed the most. They've performed the best, right? They performed the best amongst all the teams from Europe. Legend Affiliate says Brazil. Okay. We actually have a vote that has been on for over an hour. The vote is who will win the World Cup at this point. First, we have Portugal with 39%. We also have Argentina with 20%, France with 35%, and England with 5%. Ooh. Last Gospel Adesi says Japan 4, Brazil 3. That's very much close to mine. I predicted a 3-2 win for Japan, by the way. One thing I know pretty much about that game is going to be a very, very tough game. Whoever wins it will know that they actually played football. It's going to be a very tough game. Emilio Nguli says, this World Cup, France will win 100% sure, okay? France is still everybody's favorite. Many people are still going with France, but I just think that Portugal, for me, I don't really want to rely on hope, but the manager has to do better. Roberto Martinez has to improve. He needs to do better because it's not something like this that he will use to win the World Cup. He needs to do better. Fista Nation says Japan is beating Argentina. I'm sorry to my goat Messi. Fista Nation, are you from Japan? Ohio. Adele says you speak French, me no speak English. Moi parler anglais. Is it anglais or anglais? Moi parler anglais. I don't. My French is very bad. My French is like very small. My French is pretty bad. I just know how to say ça va bien, très bien, merci, moi, David, how do I say this? How do you say my name is? Man, I learned French in my elementary school days, like more than 20 years ago. Like 20... I think like 25 or 24 years ago. Now, I think it's been like 25, 26 years ago. I learned French in my primary school, elementary school days. And I just didn't have interest in it then. If I had interest in it then, my French now would have been top. Really says, which province are you from, Canon? Champions League quiz show says Japan will win, bet all you have. This guy, Idonte, nice to have you back, man. Adele says French winner. Emilio Nguli says, this World Cup, God are not give Argentina, okay? I don't see Argentina winning it. They have been good, but I don't see them. Skin Rocks says, Dembele, Mbappe, Ulisse, fire, ice cold. Yeah, when it comes to the attack, there is no team in this World Cup that has a better attack than the French team. We already have Mbappe with 4 goals. Ousmane Dembele, 4 goals. So just these 2 players alone from France have 8 goals combined. So it's a very, very good attack. Yeah, Desire Doué has not really done anything in this World Cup. I'm not going to lie. He's not done anything. If you also look at, I think Dembele, before that last game they played against Norway, he didn't really do much. Against Iraq, he scored a goal, yes. He performed better than he did against Senegal. Against Senegal, he was very poor in that game. Joseph says, man, what do you think, Brazil or Japan wins? I've been saying this, bro. I've been saying that Japan will win. My prediction is a 3-2 win, by the way. I'm predicting a 3-2 win for Japan against Brazil. Yeah, it's going to be a very tough game for both teams. But I reckon that Japan will qualify to the round of 16. Emilio says, Japan 10, Argentina 0. Canon says, Japan not cool in stamina and endurance, but they have strong tactics on the pitch. Now, the Japanese are actually very, very good in terms of their stamina. They are strong. Toxic Edit says, what happened to Bruno? Yeah, the Portuguese manager, his tactics, I don't understand. His tactics are very, 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 very bad. Joseph says, today match Brazil vs Japan. Yeah, it's going to be tough. Dennis Backham says, Nobu, my girlfriend is from Ghana and says Nigeria football is rubbish. And also their jollof rice. Don't worry, you are a chef, so you should, I don't know if you've tasted you should have tasted the Ghanaian jollof since your girlfriend is from Ghana. Nigerian jollof is levels ahead of the Ghana jollof, for sure. Mehmet says, Ada Gule. Yeah, Gule is out of the World Cup already. Ahmad Hussein says, the timing of Morocco vs Netherlands is so bad, shame. Yes, that game, the timing is bad. The timing is really, really bad. I want to watch that game, but the timing is a problem for me. It's a problem. It's really, really a big problem. So Dennis Backham, do you know how to cook the Ghana jollof or the Nigerian jollof? Which one do you know how to cook? Adele says, Mbappe and Olise are goats. Olise, the first game, Olise did very well against Senegal. The second game, he was pretty much okay. Yeah, but that Norway game, I didn't see much of Michael Olise. I'm a big fan of Olise, right? But I didn't really see much of him. Guys, let's get the likes up. Adele and YT Swears. Have you guys subscribed to the channel? Adele, YT Swears, Joseph, Canon. Have you guys subscribed to the channel? Lightning says 5 hours left and then the magic starts. Yeah, the game is 6 p.m. UK time, right? Yeah, I think that's why I need to even end the stream so as to rest for a while to get ready for the Brazil game against Japan, because that game, man, is gonna be a tough game. Ooh, there are so many chats here I'm yet to read. Dennis Backham says, don't tell her, but Nigerian jollof rice is better. Nigerian jollof is better than the Ghana one. Mariam, don't time the guy out. There's nothing wrong in what he typed. He said I look like I show speed that. And different people have opinions on who they think I look like. Bibe Half says, why Benzema not playing? He was not called up by Didier Deschamps. Actually, out of 6 World Cups that Benzema should have played in, he only played in one. And I think that was the 2014 World Cup. Dastan Bani says, long live Manchester United. Yes, bro. 21 is coming. Dastan, 21 is coming, bro. 21 is coming. Mehmet says, Nigerian legend Osimhen. Yeah, Osimhen is a top player for us. Yeah, Dastan, I'm a Man United fan through and through, man. I'm a Man United fan. Canon says, I subscribe to your channel since the beginning of the World Cup. Really, I think today is the time we've actually had you on a longer period. Yeah, I know there are so many names that join every single day, but I try my best to remember as much as I can because my brain is not a computer to remember all the names, but I try my best to remember. Thank you very much for subscribing, Canon. Dastan says, we are friends. I subscribe you. Thank you very much, Dastan. Which country are you connecting from, Dastan Bani? Canon says, Man United went with wind. Bro, we are back now. 21 is loading. Really says, I didn't time him out. Bro, I just deleted the message. Don't worry. Now, there's nothing wrong in his message, but I understand. No problem. Joseph says, man, will Portugal lose to Croatia? Portugal against Croatia. I still will go for a Portugal win. Like I said, there is no easy game in this knockout. Even Germany that might find Paraguay as an easy team, they will still struggle in that game, but they will still win it. It's going to be a very, very tough test. So every team you are playing in this knockout stage, you don't need to look down on them. Else you learn. You just have to take every game very seriously. Mehmet says, bro, why Turkey eliminated so early? Turkey team is not weak. I just think the main problem the Turkish team had was converting their chances. They had 65 shots in 2 games. They couldn't score one single goal. They had to wait till the last game against America, the USA, and score 3 goals against the USA. Now I really felt for Turkey because my boy Adagule, I love the kid very much. But it's unfortunate that they were knocked out. Joseph, have you subscribed to the channel already? Joseph. Dastan says from Indonesia, Portugal. Are you mixed? You're from Indonesia and you're also Portuguese. Or you're from Indonesia, you're supporting Portugal. Which one is it? Oliver says, hi, Oliver, welcome back. Canon says, Turkish team woke up late. Yeah, they played well in those first games against Australia and which other team did they play against? I think if they had won that first game, then it would have. I think that Australia game messed things up for them. Yeah, that was where they had very, very big issues. Mehmet says Turkey did 70 shots and 0 goal. Yeah, in the first game, it was crazy, honestly. Sorry, in the first 2 games that they played, they had 65 or 68 shots. No goal. Good day, mate says, good day, mate. All right, I guess you're from the UK. Lightning Blaze says, bro, say Tai Eco. Come on, let's go. I'm beginning to like the song, by the way. Tai Eco. Let's go. Owe. Now, the song is beginning to make sense to me now. I actually like the song now because it's a very, very interesting song. But when the song came out, I didn't really fancy the song. You understand? I didn't really fancy it. But I would say that it's been a very, very interesting song. Not gonna lie. Tai Eco Owe. Okay, guys, I need everyone to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new. I'll be ending the stream shortly because the game will be starting in a couple of hours from now. Let's say 5 hours. Is it? Yeah, 4 hours 30 minutes. So I want to end the stream so as to get ready for the game. Lightning says, me also listened to it 1 hour yesterday. Yeah, the song is beginning to make sense to me now, the beat as well. Chimex says, Mateus Fernandez is now a turn on United Flesh. Bro, I've lost interest in Mateus Fernandez, honestly. I've lost interest in that kid. The money they are calling for me is just too much. For a team that got relegated, they are calling 85 million pounds for us. I just think that is too much. I'm telling you, bro. It's too much. Lightning Blade says, can you say prayer for Japan before you leave? Bro, I honestly, I'm not capping, I'm not joking. If you check my prediction videos that I made yesterday, you'll see it. I predicted a win for Japan against Brazil, even though I love Brazil, but I'm going to go for a 3-2 win for Japan against Brazil. Skin Rock says, Daida, Iko, Dale Ale, let's go. Yeah, the song is beginning to, get some momentum. Anyways, guys, thank you all very much. I'm going to end the stream at this point, but I'm going to be back for the Brazil game against Japan. That's going to be a very, very tough game, but I'm going to be available to do a live watch along for that game. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your afternoon, evening, or whatever your time is. Yeah, for me, it's already 8:32 p.m. So enjoy the rest of your afternoon, your day, your everything. And I'll be back in about 4 hours, 30 minutes time for the live watch along between Brazil versus Japan. And there are other games as well. But I'll try my best to see how many I'll be able to do a live watch along for. Thank you guys very much. And please, if you know you are yet to subscribe to Noble's View, kindly hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Lightning Blade, Lightning Blade. I think Japan will win. So you guys just have to do your thing and just be one thing I always know in this World Cup and in football is any team you're facing, don't see that team as being better or bigger. You just have to face them head on 100%. So that's it for me. Take care, guys.